namanda, 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 namanda. Good morning, and welcome to today's Sunday service. My name is Sensei Kato, and it is a privilege to do today's service. Before I begin, I'd like to do two things. First is to thank Stuart Ito, president of the Sacramento Buddhist Church, who is the engineer of today's broadcast, and to Reverend Patty Oshta for providing the piano music for the two gathas that we will sing today. So we will begin with opening meditation. As one candle lights another, the light of Buddha's compassion will pass from one mind to another mind endlessly. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namanda, 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 namanda. Now we will have the three treasures. Fortunate is it to be born into human life. Now we are living it. Rare is it to encounter the teachings of the Buddha. Now we hear it. If we do not seek the truth of the Dharma in this life, in what life shall we find it? Let us reverently take refuge in the three treasures of the truth. I take refuge in Buddha. May we all together absorb into ourselves the principle of the way to enlightenment and awaken within us our highest aspiration. I take refuge in Dharma. May we all together be submerged in the depth of the Dharma and gain wisdom as deep as the ocean. I take refuge in Sangha. May we all together become units in true accord, in a life of harmony, in a spirit of universal brotherhood, free from the bondage of selfishness. Even through ages a myriad of kalpas, hard is it to hear such an excellent, profound, and wonderful teaching. Now we are able to hear and receive it. Let us thoroughly understand the true meaning of Tathagata's teaching. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namanda, 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 namanda. Okay. Next, we'll have the chanting of Ju Se Ge. Gagon shosegan hishimu jodo shigan fumanzok sebujo shogak gao muryoko Fui dai se shu, fusai shobingu, sebujo shoga, gashi jo butsudo, myosho chojipo, kukyo mi shomon, Seifujo shoga ryokujin shonen joe shubon yo しぐ無浄土一生天人し人力現代公不傷無才道少女三苦妙交際集約難回避知恵言滅死根門案閉塞小悪道通達全宗門高僧上満足いおろ実法日月主十期天根普賢一周解放像公正功徳法上大集中説法四四苦供養一切仏具足修徳本元年出上満得意三害用如仏無下知通達未不詳願学営利都市最小尊志願や国家大戦の感動国書天人東鎮妙慶ナマンダブナマンダブナマンダブナマンダブナマンダブナマンダブがにしくどく平等性一切どんぼ大心お嬢あんらこナマンダーナマンダーナマンダーナマンダーナマンダーNext, we will have the golden chain. Golden chain. I am a link in Amita's golden chain of love that stretches around the world. I will keep my link bright and strong. I will be kind and gentle to every living thing and protect all who are weaker than myself. I will think pure and beautiful thoughts, say pure and beautiful words, and do pure and beautiful deeds. May every link in Amita's golden chain of love be bright and strong, and may we all attain perfect peace. Namo Amitabha Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namandab, namandab, namandab. Now we will have our first gatha, Namo Amida Butsu. Good morning again. You know, as we deal with the daily pressures of surviving in this pandemic world with no cure in sight, today's Dharma message is about a state of being that has been placed on temporary hold, and that is the elusive state of happiness. One definition of happiness is that feeling that comes over us when we know life is good, but of course, the definition of good means many things to many people. In addition, happiness could be feeling a sense of well-being, joy, and contentment when we are successful, safe, and or lucky. It has been written that happiness can be attained by eliminating negative thoughts, actions, and words which cause suffering, or adopting positive attitudes, actions, and words that help create happiness. If we were to combine both approaches, we may possibly reconnect with the wisdom within each of us to achieve the goal of inner peace. I was very interested in the Buddhist perspective on happiness, and I found some very eye-opening and inspiring words from Reverend Gyomei Kubose. In 1967, a book entitled Everyday Suchness was published, which was a compilation of 33 articles written by Reverend Kubose on how Buddhism affects our daily lives. So popular was Reverend Kubose's book that my copy of his book was the 13th printing done in 2008. According to Reverend Kubose, those articles represented the little things that are often overlooked but important in our lives. It was his hope that this book would bring joy and serenity as we discover meaning in our lives. Of all the books that I have read on Buddhism, this is one of my favorites. And I would like to now share with you Reverend Kubose's article on happiness. As Reverend Kubose explained in his book, all people, without exception, wish to have a happy life and work hard to attain it. Wars have been fought for freedom and equality as means for living a happy life. Our plans are directed to and energy spent on attaining this ultimate goal. We try to attain happiness in various ways, such as physical, material, and spiritual. By physical, one is happy because he, she is healthy, handsome, or beautiful. By material, one is happy because he, she is rich and can afford a nice home, a beautiful car, nice clothes, expensive jewelry, and good food. By spiritual, one is mentally happy through relationships with loved ones and friends. These conditions of happiness, however, are dependent upon external causes. When the cause of happiness is gone or destroyed, happiness disappears. Physical happiness of being young, beautiful, handsome, healthy, and strong cannot be dependent upon for eternal happiness, as these conditions will fade away from being involved in possibly an accident, becoming crippled, getting sick, or eventually growing old. Money is important as it represents everything to many people. They believe the almighty dollar can buy anything and everything, including happiness. But this happiness may disappear through destruction, theft, and bad luck resulting in misery. In today's culture, modern people's attitude is they will do something if they receive some benefit in return. Work is only the means to make money to be able to possess things. No thought is given to how we were able to buy it in the first place, such as the effort it took to get an education and then a decent paying job. Even happiness from love and friendship may result in misery as love turns into hate and friends become enemies. Buddhism teaches us to look into the core of things instead of looking around. We have to look within ourselves to see what creates happiness. To be loved is happiness, but to love is also happiness. Happiness is receiving something, but giving and sharing is also happiness. It is said that happiness of the giver is more important and enriching than that of the receiver. Buddhists are taught that every step and every means are very important and in themselves equally important as the end results. Real happiness is created from within as the whole self unfolds from our efforts to love and share with others. Although our minds and attitudes may make us miserable during our suffering, we still have the capacity and the capability to attain right mind and right attitude to overcome misery and suffering in order to achieve happiness. As I read the last paragraph of Reverend Kubose's article, I thought to myself, what does creating happiness from within as the whole self unfolds and attaining right mind and attitude really mean? After thinking about this for a while, I have come to my own thoughts regarding Reverend Kubose's descriptions on physical, material, and spiritual happiness. With physical happiness, if we truly understand the teaching of impermanence and life's constant changes, we can then accept the fact that our bodies will continually change as we get older. We will experience loss of strength, declining health, and loss of our own perceived handsomeness and beauty. For that is the nature of the beast of getting older. So instead of worrying about what would eventually happen to us, we should be simply grateful that we are living to experience these changes. We do what we can and make the most of what we have in terms of our strength, health, and looks, knowing that these conditions will eventually change due to our advancing age. We must consider it is what is inside of us that really counts. With material happiness, we must accept the fact that in order to survive in our materialistic society, money is a part of our lives. We are dependent upon our teachers, parents, friends, and even strangers to receive the necessary education in order to work for a living. We should be very appreciative to those people who have directly and indirectly impacted our lives in a positive way. Although Buddhism states that our suffering is caused by greed for material things, I feel there is no shame in working for money so that we can live a comfortable life. We try to do the best we can for providing a home, food, clothing, and education for our family, and to help others. I cannot imagine having to live outside in the cold and rain, looking in garbage cans or begging for food, and being so desperate that we need to steal from other people because we simply have no money. Remember, money in and of itself is not good, but how we help and take care of others with the money is the key to being happy. None of us want to be the richest person buried in the cemetery or in the Nakotsudo. With spiritual happiness, if we truly understand the teaching of interdependence in our connections with human beings, we must accept the fact that we need other people in our lives. Although Reverend Kubose stated that love may turn into hate and friends may become enemies because of our human weaknesses, to feel jealousy, grief, rage, and hate, we lose out as human beings if we are afraid to interact with others for fear of being hurt. It is said that love is to live with all our heart. Love of family and friends may bring sorrow, but it will also bring hope and true happiness. We have to work on giving it all our effort during life's journey, the adage, treat others as you would like to be treated, is the soundest approach. Civility, decency, honesty, respect, kindness, and love are all important elements of compassion. And this compassion will bring people together so that families and friendships will survive for a lifetime. I would like to share with you a wonderful quote on happiness from the Orange County Buddhist Church. Quote, "The awakened person finds deep gratitude or deep gratification in making others happy, in serving others, rather than finding gratification for oneself. The awakened person embraces both the positives and negatives of life. The awakened person embraces fortune and misfortune, health and sickness, success and failure. Nothing in life is an obstacle for the awakened person. No matter what one faces in life, there will always be something to learn, something to realize, and something to reflect upon. This sense of happiness is accessible to anyone. It is not dependent on age or gender. It is not limited to any particular ethnicity. It is the deepest wish and the aspiration of Buddha that all people have a meaningful, fulfilled, and happy life." Unquote. Finally, I would like to leave with you, in part, my September message regarding Reverend Earl Ikeda's wise words on how to overcome the fatigue associated with the daily struggles of dealing with COVID-19. And those words are, stay positive and continue to have hope and optimism so that our minds will stay clear. Be more aware of living life during these topsy-turvy times through washing our hands, wearing a mask, and maintaining social distancing so that we can eliminate our fears, apprehensions, uncertainties, and helplessness as we help ourselves and others. Somewhere in the near future, as we continue down the path of Nembutsu, life, with its constant changes, will become more normal as we come out of this forced hibernation so that we can again experience physical, material, and most importantly, spiritual happiness. Please join me in Gassho. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namandab, 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 namandab. Our second gatha will be Sayonara. Sayonara Sensei o daiji ni tanoshii kondo no tsudoi made. Please join me in closing meditation. May the wisdom of the Buddha shine within our hearts and minds so that the mist of error and foolish vanity of self be dispelled. So shall we understand the changing nature of existence and reach spiritual peace. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namanda, Namanda. This will conclude today's service. Please stay healthy, stay safe, and get that flu shot. And enjoy today and every day of your lives. I will see you again in November. Goodbye and thank you for joining me.